So students, women, they were the targets of the men-dominated society. So what were the evils, social evils? First, the practice of widow burning, that means the sati. Second, the pitiable and miserable condition of the women and also the widows. Lack of education amongst girls, because girls were not allowed to go to school. They were to look after the family, look after their younger brothers and sisters, look after the household work, domestic work, because the mothers themselves, they used to say that one day they will have to go to their in-laws. So they will give birth of children and they will have to look after their husbands and families, in-laws. That is why the mothers themselves, they were not interested to send the girl child or girl children, their daughters, to school. And the next one is child marriage. It was a common practice during that time. At the age of 7, at the age of 8, at the age of 9, marriage took place. Child marriage, both boys and girls. And female foeticide. If female foeticide, that means if a girl child foeticide or female infanticide. That time female foeticide, it was not possible because testing was not there. If girl child was born, they used to kill them. The in-laws or the parents themselves, they used to kill the girl child. And it was a common phenomena during that time. Girls were unwanted in the family. So that is called, known as female infanticide. Later on, the female foeticide, when testing started in our country. So it was one of the social evils. And polygamy. Polygamy, what is polygamy? Polygamy. Polygamy, that is the practice of having more than one wife. In Hindu religion, that men, they were allowed to marry for 3-4 times. They were allowed to keep 2-3 wives. So that is the term called polygamy. It was also one of the common practices of the time. So these were the social evils of the time during the 18th and 19th century in colonial India. But British, they were not bothering about, because their only motive, that was to drain of wealth from India to the Western land. They came here as traders themselves, so that was their only motive, to rule, to expand their territories, only to revive or emphasize the economic level and to extract money and wealth from India and drain it to the Western land. That was their motive. That is called drain of wealth in history, the term. So they were not bothering about banning of sati. So then one social reformer emerged during that time. He was Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He agitated and raised his voice against this malicious practice in Hindu community, and with the coordination of the contemporary governor Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he banned. One act was passed in the year 1829. Guys, you note down the year 1829. Sati was abolished from India. Sati system, this was abolished from India in 1829. Then after, sati was banned. Then after, widow remarriage. The condition or the status of widow during colonial India, it became more fatal rather than the Mughal period. Why? The reason just now I told you, because British, they were strangers, they were Europeans, they had no idea about the Indian culture, their custom, their practice, their rituals, their festivals. They didn't have any idea. So they never interfere in the Indian Hindu society. So widow remarriage, the condition of widow was miserable. Widows, they had to spend their lives, or they had to lead their life filled with despair, distress, depression. Often many widows used to commit suicide because the phenomena, the factors, the situation, it was beyond the tolerance of those young widows. So during that time, one reformer emerged known as Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. And I'm sure that you have heard the name of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. He was a social reformer. He argued on this topic. A debate took place, long discussion. Many days had been passed after that. According to the act, that Remarriage, Hindu Widows Remarriage Act, the name of the act, Hindu Widows Remarriage Act. It was passed in 1856. Guys, you note down 1856 Widow Remarriage Act. It was passed by the British government, and then widow remarriage, this practice was also banned in Indian society. Then Pandita Ramabai Ranade, she was a Marathi reformer, and she supported the hapless girls. She used to educate them, and she opened a school. She opened a school where widows, they used to attend the school training. Widows, they used to attend this. She supported the widows in Pune, Maharashtra, and women were given vocational training. Widows were trained. She used to give training to the widows so that they would be self-supported. Pandita Ramabai Ranade. And during that time, these social reformers, with the coordination of the Christian missionaries, they supported education, that girls should be educated. Girls should educate themselves. Until and unless they will not educate themselves, these evils will not be eradicated from the society. Until and unless they will be not self-supported, they cannot raise their voices against the social evils. They will lack confidence. So they started educating the girls, the hapless widows, the hapless girls, the females, the women, those were abandoned, totally abandoned by their families, the destitute. Those were the reformers. Then law against child marriage. It was the common factor. At the age of 7, 6, the bride's age, groom's age was 10, 12. So anyhow, they decided this practice, we have to stop this practice, has to be stopped and banned. So during that time, children were married off at a very early age. The reformers protested against this, and after a long struggle, they had to struggle for it, because all the Brahmins, the high caste people, they protested. They agitated against their movement, this reformers movement. They also started counter movement. So after a long struggle, at last an act was passed against child marriage, and this act, known as Child Marriage Restraint Act, it was passed in 1929. Guys, you note down, that is 20th century, 1929. But that time also British ruled that colonial India. So, and today's last topic, that is challenging the caste system. And caste system, it was one of the major problems or one of the major practices of the